Happy New Year, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I am so excited and so very grateful to be able to witness this new year with you guys. And thank you so much for sticking around with me and subscribing to my channel. So we've entered into a new year, and just like you, most of us set intentions, we set plans, we have resolutions, we have things that we want to achieve for the new year, and we hope to be able to achieve all of them by the end of the year. Now, likewise, I've also got things that I've set my mind on and intentions that I plan to achieve this year. And today I wanted to share that with you and also help anyone who may be wondering how they want to, set their plans or how to set plans or resolutions for this particular year. Personally, when it comes to planning or setting intentions or goals for the new year, I break mine down into three different parts. I have personal things that I want to achieve or intentions that I set for myself. Aside that, I have business or work plans that I have for myself, and then financial plans. So these are the three main categories that I, set my intentions under. And I hope that if you're looking for something, this will be an example for you to be able to use for yourself. Hi guys, this is Cassie and I run Cassandra, a platform for individuals and entrepreneurs who are looking to level up their personal finance, take charge of their income, decrease their debt, and build wealth. Now, for my personal goals or personal intentions, although they might be private, there are a few things that I'm very happy to share with you guys. The first thing that I've set for myself personally as an intention is to read more. Aside from my Bible, I also want to read more literature, be it financial or religious literature. Reading is something that I enjoy doing in my spare time, and I feel like it's good. It's something that I can occupy my mind with and prevent myself from getting, lonely or being bored of any sort. I know we've all got a lot of things to do, but, sometimes reading could be a way for you to add a bit more knowledge into the things that you've got in your head, and also be able to, seek out people's minds on things as well. So if there's something that is bothering you, you can pick up a book about it. Or if there's any religious question that you've been asking yourself, there might be someone who is going through, theological school, or someone higher than you who has sat down to write a book interpreting and going deeper into the experience, which is something that you can also pick up and learn. Another thing that I've got on my personal things to achieve is to maintain a very healthy work-life balance. Especially last year, I felt like I threw myself into the deep end when I started my YouTube channel. I also had a side hustle I was managing, as well as, working with other companies regarding their bookkeeping and stuff like that, whilst also heading the accounts department in my firm. And what happened was that because of doing all of these things at the same time, I didn't really have time for myself or my family life. And so I was constantly on the edge. And obviously there's only 24 hours in a day that I can achieve all my goals. And if I'm wasting all of that working for other people and doing all of these things, I obviously don't have time to center on myself and see the things that I also personally want to do with my time. And so this year, I really want to maintain a healthy work balance, whether it's, taking my holidays at work in areas where I can relax with my family, or, making sure that I'm not spending 24 hours a day either editing, going to work, coming back, editing, filming, all of that. Set up days where I can go and work, help these firms or do my side hustles, and then have time as well for myself. That's something that I really want to achieve this year. Another really great aspect of my personal life that I want to work on is getting more healthier. I'm not sure if I put it out there, but I suffer from PCOS, and that's something that a lot of women suffer from as well. And hopefully as we go on in with this YouTube journey, I might be able to share more with you guys. But I've been married 5 years now, to the glory of God, and my husband and I were looking for fruit of the womb, which is a child. And PCOS is something that can also make that sort of goal difficult to achieve. And one thing that doctors really do recommend is making sure you maintain a healthy life, you're eating, you're exercising and stuff like that. Because one thing that PCOS does is that it also helps you gain more weight as well. And there's a lot that goes into it, and maybe I'll find time to film a video about it. But this year, that's one of the key things on my list to do, is to make sure that whilst we're working towards, our fertility journey, I'll be able to also work on my health and not get really riddled with this PCOS. I really don't want it to be a big problem in my life, but obviously for the last 5 years it's been a big thing, and I'm really working that this year will be the last year that I battle with it. Another personal thing that I also want to really work on this year is being more content and finding joy in the little things. As I mentioned earlier, I've been working on my fertility journey, and sometimes that can be really draining with the medications and doctor's appointments and stuff like that I go to, and I don't really share that out there a lot because I keep certain things private habit, but that really hurt me in my joy and in my peace, because I was constantly, researching, reading, doing all of these things aside the work that I do and this side hustle and everything, visiting doctors monthly. These things really, really, really has, work on my emotional ability. And so this year, I'm really looking forward to finding joy and peace and contentment in the little things that I'm able to have and God is able to provide for me. Another aspect of my personal life that I really want to improve is my relationship with God. I want to deepen that relationship with Him, because sometimes we really seek out these things, outward things, so much that we forget to, or we neglect our personal relationship with our Maker or Christ. As a Christian, I believe that that is one of the key things that I should work on this year. And so that's really, really important for me. Aside doing all of these things, I'm a minister of God as well. I preach, I am a public speaker and all of that. So I really want to also have that personal relationship with God. So as you can see, I'm a really multifaceted individual. I do so many things, which is why this year I'm making sure that I align my goals to every sort of area of my life, so that I make sure that I'm walking right and I'm doing everything right to achieve all of them. The next area that I'm setting intentions and goals for is my work/business life, which is basically my 9 to 5, my side hustle, and any other business ventures that I plan on achieving. Now, number one, the first thing that I want to do with regards to that sort of area is to negotiate with my salary at work, ensure that I'm being paid the worth of my skills and the worth of the input that I put at work. Of course, obviously, I'm one of the key people in my workplace, and obviously I've worked there for the last 3 years, and so my aim and goal for this year is to be able to leverage my skills to increase my salary there as well, because ultimately that's my main sort of income that I earn. And obviously maybe in the future I might be able to get other sources of income, but that's the main one. And if I'm able to leverage that and raise it a little bit higher, it would help me to be able to put funds elsewhere that I want to put funds as well. Now, the next area is obviously this YouTube channel and what I do for Cass in Hand. Now, aside my 9 to 5, another thing that I do is that I also offer consultations to companies regarding their bookkeepings, their finances and stuff like that, regarding tax and support and all of that. That's something that I work with other companies for, and I was doing that last year, and I hope to do that more this year. So obviously with that, I really want to be able to build a portfolio of companies that I can do that for, where I can know that this particular month I have a contract with this company that I'm earning this amount from and that amount from, and be able to work with multiple companies in that area as well, to be able to raise enough funds to put into other avenues for myself. The main bulk of Cass in Hand usually comes down to my YouTube channel. And I know last year I was still in the starting stages and all of that, but I think now I've figured out exactly what I'm doing with Cass in Hand. And so for this year, I really want to be strategic with my content generation. In regards to the videos that I put out there, or on my YouTube, on my Instagram, on my Facebook, I really want to be strategic about it. As for instance, my YouTube, I asked a question on my Instagram about what videos people wanted to see, and a lot of people said they wanted to see vlogs and day in my life, because I seem so busy, which is true, which is why sometimes I don't really think about picking up the camera when I'm busy or on the go. But I think I'm trying to see if I can include vlogging into my content creation as well. Also, I'm working towards being able to have a actual 2 days where I can upload YouTube videos, but I still need to work on that, because ultimately, remember, I edit my videos, I film them myself, I put them out myself, as well as doing all of these other things that I've mentioned. So sometimes it can take a toll on me, and so I'm trying to see if there's anyone I can outsource to help me with, editing and, helping me to generate content, so that I can bring you guys more videos and maybe vlogs and days in the life as we go on through the year. With that, what I hope to achieve is that I hope that by the end of this year, at least I'll be able to achieve a total subscriber value of up to 5K subscribers. Currently, I think I'm still in the 500s, but obviously things can change. We've got 12 months ahead of us, and I believe that if I'm able to be consistent and put more videos out there, I'll be able to garner more subscribers and more viewership. I know a lot of people view my videos but don't subscribe to it, but I really would love for people to subscribe to my channel for me to hit at least 5K to 10K subscribers. Now, I think with regards to my video viewership, it's really through the roof right now. I didn't even think people could view my video that much, so I'm really content with that. I think what it comes down to is just retaining that sort of subscribers and retaining those viewers to become subscribers over the long term. as well as also my Instagram. I have a personal Instagram and an Instagram for Cash in Hand. Obviously, these are all things that eat into my time managing these things. So I hope that on my Instagram account, I'll be able to achieve followers on that Cash in Hand Instagram platform, where I give financial advice every once in a while. I'll be able to be more consistent with the post and advice and to-dos and how-tos content that I produce on there. I was able to last year have one-to-one clients. I had 2 one-to-one clients, and I was able to help them in their financial journey, and they really loved it. I'm still not really ready to put it out there as a course or as a something that I'm going to be doing routinely. I'm still in the beta stages because I haven't really worked on it as much. But if there's anyone that wants to work with me one-to-one, I do have a consultation with them to see if I'll be able to better help them, because my products and services aren't really defined at the moment. And so everything that I do, it takes my time so much. I have to do these one-to-ones, these Zoom calls, these calls with all my clients. And so for me, that is not something that I intend to push out there more this year. This year, I really want to focus on content creation and building a community, so that with the community, I'll be able to define these products and services for the people that may want it in the future. Now, with all of that, I really just want to grow on this internet space, really. I've really been shy in the past, which is why it's held me back on some accounts. But I really just hope that this year I'll be able to put myself out there more, because I know there's a lot of value that I can add to people's lives. It's just really being shy and not knowing what to put out there and when to put it out there. And I've just been holding myself back. And this year I'm just going to do the best I can to be available and be consistent the best way that I can. Now, for what you've been waiting for, my financial goals for this year. Now, first of all, 2020 wasn't a really bad financial year for me, because I ended the year with no new added debts. I was able to get my debt really, really down as best as I can. And this year, I'm hoping to be debt free. I've got just a bit of things that I need to clear, and I'm going to be debt free soon. So last year wasn't really a bad year for me. And so my first goal for this year is to become debt free. I think by my calculations, if I maintain my minimum payment, I'm supposed to be debt free by September, but I'm going to hope to be able to do it by May or June. I'm just going to be doubling the payments to make sure that I finish it on time, so that I can announce that I'm debt free. So that's the first thing that I want to do, because once there is no debt to pay, I can put all of that extra money into my savings or into other revenues or into my investment account, so that I'll be able to get more funds back. Also, aside from my debt, I also am very, very key on saving, be it emergency, sinking funds, or anything at all. And so for me, aside from the savings that automatically me and my partner are saving, I want to have a personal saving on the side, be it for emergency or for anything that I want to buy. I want to save at least 5,000 in that savings account. And I'm really, really hoping that I'll be able to achieve it by the end of the year. Obviously, it's not going to be easy with everything that is going on, but obviously with everything I've mentioned, if it all goes well, I'll be able to have that extra sort of, 400 and something pounds to keep in that account every month to make up that 5K towards the end of the year. So I'm working on that. So fingers crossed, all of these things I'm able to achieve and it all goes down well. So basically, saving that 416 pounds every month to make that 5K is what I'm supposed to be working on. And obviously, if all of these things work out with obviously the side businesses that I do for the other companies and all of that, if it's able to work out, I'll be able to put aside 400 pounds each month, or if possible more, to be able to put towards that savings and hit that 5K goal. Obviously, at the end of the year, we would come back and see how well we've done. Now, the last but not the least is obviously the income that I hope to generate from my YouTube channel, not from my side businesses, but actually the YouTube channel. Obviously, I'm still not monetized because I've not hit the goal yet, but I'm working towards that monetization. And obviously, I'm hoping that at least I'll be able to show something at the end of the year to say that this is how much I've earned from YouTube. And I'm saying a figure between 500 to 1,000 pounds. Obviously, I'm still working towards it. So it will take at least half of the year to be able to get to being monetized if all goes well, which means that I'll be able to then double up and make sure that I earn that 500 to £1,000. Maybe for you it might not be much, but for me as a starter, I'm really, really hoping I'm able to achieve that and even excel at that, so that I can come back and say that I've achieved it and I've gone above and beyond for that. Now, for my side businesses, which is the one-to-ones and all of that, those are going to be ad hoc. So I'm not setting things for that as of yet, because they're not defined, as mentioned earlier on. But they are things that I'm hoping that I can also do to bring in income. So I'll be sharing that with you as I go throughout this year. This year, I really, really want to be able to put out a lot more of myself and show you guys more of the things that I do. I know we're still in lockdown and we're going to be working from home for most of the time, but I'm hoping that whilst working from home, I'll be able to do all of these things and prove to you guys that it can be done. And if you put your mind to anything, you can actually really achieve it. Now, there you have it, beautiful people. These are the intentions and plans that, by the grace of God, I'm setting for myself for this new year. I'm just hoping that I'm able to achieve the things that I've set my mind to. Bible says that write the vision down and make it plain so that you can run with it, or whoever sees it can run with it. I'm making it plain to both God and you guys out there, so that you can all help me to achieve it. So if you haven't subscribed already, this will be the best time to support me by subscribing to my channel and following me on Instagram at CASSY. And I really, really hope you stick around, because I've got a lot more content planned to come. Hopefully they get out there. Okay, thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.